welcome to Check It Out, the talk show that's all about the Bethel Park Public Library. We want to wish all of you at home a happy new year. And new year means new looks sometimes. It's funny that you went with the curly look today and I went straight.
Yes.
New beginnings for many, new programs, of course, and sometimes New Year's resolutions. So how about you, Christine? Do you have any New Year's resolutions
No, I have decided not to make any New Year's resolutions because I don't usually fulfill them, and then I feel like a failure. So I've decided this year there will be no New Year's resolutions. However, I have a friend that her family, their New Year's resolutions, they write on a piece of paper, and they put them in their Christmas stockings, and then they go, they put the stockings away, and then next year at the end in December, they pull out the stockings to hang up for Christmas, and they pull them out and see if they have achieved their resolution. So
I like that idea. It kind of reminds me in a way of the Good Things jar that I started last year. So for everything that positive that happens to us, or if the boys do something special in school, we put a little slip of paper in the Good Things jar. And then every New Year's Eve, the idea of this is the first year we're doing it, so this New Year's Eve we'll take those slips of paper out and kind of just reminisce oh yeah, your first home run and things like that.
Idea.
I mean, it's not really the same thing, but just the fact you're putting it in there and not revisiting it again until a whole year later. Yeah, I like that.
You kind of forget some of the things that happen. They get lost in the cracks. Yeah. Well, since it is New Year's, and people do have resolutions, it's a good time to talk about Gym America. Gym America is a database and an app you can have for your smartphone or device that helps you set up fitness goals and nutrition goals, and there are different kinds of diets that you can choose. I know I've talked about this on a past show, but it's Rob, is teaching a class on how to use the Gym America program. So you want to start the year off right, set up an account to Gym America. You can, once you set up an account, you can access this at home. You can access it anywhere. And like I said, there is an app you can download to keep track while you're on the go. So Rob is teaching a class on some of the functions of Gym America on Friday, January 10th at 10 a.m. So maybe you want to come and learn how to use that. Also, it's a new year, so maybe it's a time to join a library club or a group that we have going on. We have a new group starting. Actually, they started in December, but it's going to be an ongoing group. It's the Senior Social and Support Network. This group is led by Pat Hirsch. It is for, obviously, those in the community that are senior aged. And they will meet once a month in the library. And their next meeting will be Wednesday, January 8th at 10 a.m. Now, registration is required by calling Pat Hirsch. And you'll see the phone number on the screen. So it is not a drop-in group. She's kind of pre-screening to make sure that they are people that definitely need some support. You could also join the Conversation Salon. This is a program that we've been doing for many years now. The Conversation Salon meets once a month, and it's just the joy of conversation. The library usually picks a topic as a starting off point, but then it does go in all directions. So they will be meeting the first Friday of each month at 10 a.m. in the fireplace room, which is a great place to meet. It's very cozy and casual. Scrabble Club meets every Tuesday at 1 p.m. This is a fun group of people. I've played a few times with them, but not recently. Not recently.
Oh, I'm jealous. I love Scrabble.
Yeah, sometimes, it's work. It's work.
Yeah,
go in and meet our clubs and see what's going on.
Absolutely.
Our knitting group, very rowdy knitting group meets on Wednesdays at 6:30. If you are a knitter or if you want to learn to knit, they will teach you. They've taught Jimmy.
And you're learning to knit, aren't you?
I'm learning crochet.
Oh, it's
I'm
a little
learning
bit different.
crochet,
That's right.
and Michelle's teaching me knitting. I don't know. I just never got into that.
How's your crocheting coming along?
Great. My project is finished. My first project is finished.
Awesome.
A little not quite rightly proportioned, but it turned out. It's finished. But the knitters will help you learn how to knit, or if you are an avid knitter, you can come for conversation. They are a very lively bunch. They seem to really get along, and they have a good time. Our Pinochle group meets on the second and fourth Friday of the month at 1 p.m. This is not a class. They will not teach you how to play Pinochle. It's just people that enjoy Pinochle that get together. a couple times a month here at the library to play pinochle. And our button club meets the fourth Wednesday of the month at 11 a.m. These are just people that enjoy buttons, the history of the buttons, the different shapes. Some of them, we have people that come in and just donate old buttons, and the button club goes through those to see if there's anything of value. They meet, like I said, fourth Wednesday of the month at 11, and then we have a plethora of book groups that meet. We have our mystery book club. There's actually 2 of them. They're both led by Linda, who is a librarian in the reference department. The morning club meets on the second Wednesday of the month at 10 a.m., and the evening club meets at the third Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. So that's for those of you who love mystery books. We also have a Tuesday evening book club, and they just read general titles. They meet the second Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m., and their January title, if you're interested, is The Tower, the Zoo, and the Tortoise by Julian Stewart. We have a Thursday morning general book club. They have gotten so large that they have to meet at Panera and South Park shops now. So they meet the last Thursday of the month at 10 a.m., and their January title is House at Sugar Beach by Helene Cooper. We have a Thursday evening general book club. They meet the second Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. They also meet at Panera and South Park shops in the room in the back. And their January title is Forger's Spell by Edward Dolnick. And the general book clubs usually choose their books for the whole school year, I guess, because they don't meet in the summer. So they choose their books for the whole year. And we do have those titles, a whole list of the titles for each of those clubs at the library and also online. If you're not a group person, but you still want to participate in something, our Adult Winter Reading Club will be starting February 3rd. So get ready for that next month. Runs for 4 weeks through March 2nd. And for each book you read, you get an entry into a weekly prize drawing, which is a $25 gift card to a local business. And one other thing I wanted to talk about, the library is getting a new circulation system. Not just us, all the libraries in Allegheny County. So we will be closed on Sunday, February 16th and Monday, February 17th, so that they can upgrade. We won't have access to our computers. So we will be closed Sunday and Monday, February 16th and 17th, which is the 17th is also President's Day. We will be having a staff development day so that we can learn how to use the new system. So I just wanted to keep you aware of that. We will also, there'll be a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that we will be closed in March also, and I'll tell you about that as we get closer. So hope to see you come to the library, join a new group. Also, too, one other program I wanted to talk about was ways to raise a financially responsible child. And I wish that when I was growing up that we were kind of poor, so there wasn't any talk about savings because everything went back into the house.
Right.
But this is presented by Natalie Domel. It's a seminar for parents to consider some of the issues that related to teaching your child about financial responsibility and about money, and from pre-kindergarten up through the teenage years. So she'll address questions such as, allowance. Do you give an allowance? Do you not give an allowance? Savings, spending wisely, and of course, charitable giving. So parents, you can come and then you'll leave with ideas on how to teach your child financial literacy, in fact. So there'll be 2 sessions. The first one is Wednesday, January 15th at 11 a.m. And then there's an evening session on Thursday, January 30th at 7 p.m. So a good way to start the year off with some financial literacy too. So.
Definitely. And that kind of ties in nicely with our piggy bank tales that Beth is offering in January. It'll be Monday evenings at 6:30 in January. And right along those same lines, you're actually just speaking to the children in this class, but you're teaching them the basics of saving, earning, spending, and all that good stuff. So this class is for 3 to 5-year-olds. So your preschoolers and your kindergartners are welcome to attend that. And again, that's Mondays in January at 6:30 p.m. And we do ask that you register. There's a lot of programs going on, and I'll talk about those in a second, but I thought I'd talk about our Winter Reading Club first. Unlike the adults, ours is going to run the month of January, but ours is 4 weeks as well. It's 1 month, and we give away 4 weekly prizes, so 16 altogether. I actually brought some of those prizes on the show today just to get everybody excited. Some great reference books, timely with President's Day right around the corner, right? So you have a chance to win some books. Some puzzles. I didn't bring any puzzles, but we have a couple puzzles that we're giving away. Some games.
I want to play that game.
I love this game. Do you know about it?
Yes.
So it's like 20 questions. A lot of you viewers at home might already know about this game, but it's very popular. I work part-time in a toy store, and we've been selling a ton of these. They are flying off the shelf. But my nephew has it, and it's really cool. So you put the item on across your head, and so the other person can't see it, right? And they have to ask you questions. So it's very much like 20 questions. Is it a food? Is it an animal? And then you try to narrow it down and see if you could guess the object before time runs out. Yes. So it's a great game for, they recommend 7 and up, so like first grade and up, but I've played it with my nephew and he's in preschool. So giving away some games and some craft kits. So a lot of cool prizes to be had. It's very simple. All you need to do is register and keep track of the books that you read. For every book, we too will give you 1 ticket, and you will be automatically entered into those drawings. We will actually get to choose which prize you want to put your ticket in for. And we will, like I said, pull 4 every week. So 16 altogether, and winners will be called first thing Monday morning. So that's Reading is Magic. I don't know if Rob has a theme for the adult ones this year.
I'm not sure if he does. I didn't see. It just said adult
sometimes
winter
he does.
reading
Sometimes
club.
he
Yes.
doesn't. We actually went with Reading is Magic because we're going to culminate the club at the end of January with a magic show.
Wonderful.
So Friday, January 31st, all participants are invited to a magic show at 7 p.m. here at the library. Mr. Chuck Caputo will be our magician. So that's the Winter Reading Club. And then on with the programs. Most of our story times will start back up in February, but preschool story time does begin in January. Let me make sure I have the date right. Friday, January 24th, preschool story time will start back up, and Miss Sharon focuses on a letter each week, and I believe we are on the letter M, if I'm not mistaken. And it'll go all the way through May 9th. Her story times are at 10, 11, and 1 p.m. We also have What a Hoot Family Story Time running only the month of January. It's going to be Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Miss Heather, our new staff member up in Children's, is going to be running this family story time, and you're going to be making crafts and reading some funny stories and doing lots of fun stuff. So join her for What a Hoot Family Story Time. Miss Lynn will be celebrating the Chinese New Year on Chinese New Year, which is Friday, January 31st. Same day as the magic show. This is happening in the afternoon, though, at 12 p.m. And she will read some stories and sing some songs, teach you all how to make a fire-breathing dragon, and just learn more about the most important holiday on the Chinese calendar.
This
is like big for them.
The Year of the Dragon? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I actually didn't.
I don't know either.
I should have checked.
Knowing Lynn, it is. If she's doing a fire-breathing dragon, it might be Year of the Dragon.
Things like that. So, but I'm not 100% positive. But that's for ages 3 through 6. And again, Friday, January 31st at 12 p.m. Let's see. I know we have some more stuff going on. Our first CCA book club will meet on January 22nd, which is a Wednesday, and they will begin at 7 p.m. The first book that participants will be discussing will be Tangle of Knots by Lisa Graff. I don't know if you've read this. I know you were trying to read it. It's good, but it's more, it's definitely, I think, the hardest out of the 8. And not so much a hard read, but just that there's a lot of character and character development, so there's a lot to follow. So I encourage any 4th, 5th, or 6th grader who did sign up for CCA, maybe you want to start with that book. Take your time with it over Christmas break. And, I encourage you to take notes, because I almost had to when I was reading it. Okay, wait a second, who's this person? Take notes and then come to discuss on January 22nd. We're also doing a Lego Club Saturdays in January at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then this will be great practice if you want to enter our Lego contest come February. On Saturday, February 1st, and I guess I should talk about this now because we probably won't take, the February show won't air probably until February 1st. So we have a Lego challenge that we are inviting families to participate in. You're asked to create a design that's based on a book.
Okay.
Okay. So the contest rules and registration are all available now upstairs. You can call and get some more information, or you can stop in and see us. There are going to be one winner per grade division, and then there's going to be one viewer's choice winner.
I have my friends Chrissy and Phil. Their son Stephen, who is 11, loves Legos. Every time I go over there, that's what we sit on his floor and we play Legos and
that's great.
The stuff
I think
that
that's
he
one
can.
of the things, like as a child, one of the hobbies, you either get really into it and you
Yes.
love it, or you kind of just bypass it altogether. My kids were never into the Legos.
We were when we were little, but they didn't have kits. It was just you got a box of blocks and
Right.
you put them together. Now I don't think it's so hard to
Which
get
I
them.
think kind of stifles creativity
I
in some
agree with you,
respects.
and
So I
that's
like
my
the kits. I
issue.
think they're cool, but I think there's a lot to be said for the boxes of.
Well, I was telling Stephen about this, and he is so excited. He's like, Christine, I want to go to Lego Club. And I
Very
said,
good.
oh, well, there's a contest, too. I said, I have to get the rules for you because I wasn't sure, because he's real into the Star Wars Legos right now. So I'll have to tell him that we have to pick a book and come up with a...
Which way base it? I mean, there's Star Wars books out there, so you probably could still do Star Wars.
So he's very much looking forward to that. And that Lego Club fills up fast.
It sure does. It sure does. And we take a lot, but we do have to limit it somewhat because the room, our space is only so big. So I think we do limit it to 20 or 30. So if you're interested, please sign up for that quickly. And really give some thought to the Lego Challenge. You can drop off your creation on Saturday, February 1st, anywhere between 9 and 1 p.m. And I believe the judging is going to start at, let me double check. I'm sorry, between 9 and 10. I'm not sure what time the judges are going to come, but we ask that you drop off your creation between 9 and 10. And then the winners will be announced at a 3 o'clock reception. So you're invited to come back to the library, hear the winners, enjoy the company, and probably some refreshments as well. So that's something new and exciting that we haven't ever tried here before at the library.
Yes.
So we're very anxious to see everybody's.
Penn Hills Library did, last year, they actually had 2 categories. They had like school-age children, and then they did adults. And it was literary-themed cakes. People made and decorated cakes based on a literary theme.
Oh, I thought it was Legos. You're saying something totally...
this is totally different. It was a baking contest. And,
Oh,
and I mean, I don't know what they tasted like, but I saw pictures, and they were gorgeous. And I thought, gee, maybe we should do something like that one of these days.
I bet you would get a good response to that.
Oh, some of them I couldn't believe. It was like watching, the Cake Boss.
And I'll happily sign up to be a judge.
Yeah, and eat.
Yes. I love my desserts.
I don't think they were based on flavor, more
so
on
just
to fit the theme. So
that'd be really
try
neat.
that.
Absolutely. I'm also going to mention the American Girl Tea Party.
I'm glad you are.
Not until February, but tickets are on sale now, and I expect that we'll sell out fairly quickly with these two. They actually went on sale last weekend. They are 2 for $25 again, $10 for each additional person. And it's a great, it's just a great Sunday afternoon out with your daughter or granddaughter or whomever. There will be American Girl clothing on sale. And
very popular.
Yes.
They sold a ton we have a vendor that comes in that makes clothing for the American Girl dolls, or any doll of that size, but they do them around the themes of the American Girls. And they sold so much stuff.
There's a long line.
There was a long line for that. And that's a fundraiser for the library, too. The money goes back into children's programming.
It is. So there'll be some tea and a light lunch, desserts, and a chance to win the American Girl 2014.
Do we know who she is?
I can't remember. I want to say Sage, and that was last year.
That was
last year's doll. So I'm not sure, but I know our viewers at home probably already know.
Right.
So, again, 2 for $25, $10 for each additional person. The day of the tea is Sunday, February 16th at 2 p.m. And that actually takes place at the Bethel Park Community Center because we get such a large crowd.
Indeed.
So I think I have mentioned everything. Again, all of our regular programming and our clubs will start back up in February. And we thought we had so much to talk about today. We don't even have a guest lined up.
No.
Do we?
We had Jimmy, our illustrious head of technical services department, who travels quite a bit, and we wanted him to come in and talk about his recent trip to Ireland for his 50th birthday, which he'll probably kill me for saying that.
You're gonna get it, Christine.
But he said that he didn't feel like talking today.
He has a tendency to brush us off a lot.
He's a bit of a diva
Or as he
sometimes.
says, yes, he doesn't do local TV.
I don't do local
he doesn't
TV.
work with local talent.
Yeah,
So maybe in a future episode he will grace us with his presence. But no guest for today, but we're going to end today's show with, I think, the last of the 3 book trailers for the CCA Book Club to encourage you. It's not too late to sign up, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders at home. Some great books and a lovely red carpet event come May. So stay tuned for those.
Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed those trailers, all of which were created by staff upstairs in the children's department. We have already read all of those 8 books and enjoyed them, and we created the trailers to hopefully encourage you to read them as well. So again, Children's Choice Awards, not too late to sign up. First meeting on Wednesday, January 22nd. We thank you again for joining us. Happy New Year again to everyone out there. And as always, if you have any questions about anything that we talked about on today's show, please give us a call.
Or go online.
Or better yet, stop in and see us in person. See you next month.
Bye.